Crazy.
What? I didn't know that existed.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the vlog. If you haven't already watched the previous vlog, we have just finished our journey on the Great Ocean Road, but are currently in Melbourne, and this is our last day in Melbourne. Time is ticking. I think we've got about 2 or 3 hours left in Melbourne, actually. It's been very short and sweet. However, it's time to go and get our first coffee in Melbourne city centre. Now, the weather is absolutely diabolical, I'm going to be honest. Have you ever seen us wear so much clothing ever since you've ever known us? Absolutely not.
I've not wore a pair of trousers, I don't think, ever in Australia.
I must admit, it is unusual to see you in trousers.
It feels weird.
But when the weather looks like this, and it's about 10 degrees, it's definitely needed.
Yeah.
Plan of action today, we've got a lot going on in a short space of time. We've got about 2 hours.
Yes.
To eat, maybe see a bit of the South Bank, and then it is back in the car to the car rentals and back to the airport, because today we're going to see Picco.
Picco
and Diana.
Also, we're going to give our overall summary of the trip and I think Melbourne as a whole in this video once we've seen it during the day.
I
a little
agree.
bit more. Yeah?
Love
Does that make sense?
Yesterday was so fun though.
It was amazing.
It was good.
Really good.
Again, short and sweet. We ran round of some of the famous streets in Melbourne, but I think we did as good as we can if people realised how much of a short time we had. There's always going to be things we need to go and do. This city's massive.
It's the biggest city in Australia, is it not?
I think it could be, yeah.
So yeah, we're not going to get it all done in the time, even if we were here for 2 weeks. Everybody says, oh, the sunny coast is boring. There's nothing on the sunny coast. We're 2 years in, still doing fresh stuff. So yeah, if you're in one of the most populated places, we'd probably need about 300 years here to get it all.
Probably would.
We probably would. Come on, coffee's calling. Let's get into Ultimate Uti Pants and shoot on.
Are you my Uber?
No, I'm not. Get out. We've just got out the car to go to the cafe, and look at these buildings. Oh my goodness.
So grand. They look
Very grand. Singapore.
The ones in Singapore, yeah.
They are really cool.
I can't remember the ones in Singapore's name, but we've gone and seen them, but they're just like colourful houses. And do you know what we did? We looked at the colourful houses in Singapore and we went and got a coffee.
We did. So let's go and do the same thing.
Let's go and do the same.
This is a really cool street though.
Even this section here, how crazy is that? That could just be an English park, like.
Yeah, it could, to be fair.
Not a positive, not a negative thing, but I just didn't expect to see that in the UK, in Melbourne.
So the place we're going to is called The Station, and it's right here on the corner of this gorgeous little spot. Even in the rain, it still looks nice. You can only imagine what it looks when it's sunny. Thanks for that, Joe. And look, they've got little ones, little shorter ones there. Got a lovely pub. Wow, so much to see.
It looks like a house from Lady and the Tramp.
It does.
You know, the grand house.
Yeah. Oh, look at some of these. Oh, they look really good. We would usually sit outside, but with it being like cosy and cold outside, I'm going to sit inside. Now, I checked out this menu last night and it looks really quite good. There's loads and loads of options. Let us know if you live nearby to this cafe, if you've ever been. Always interests me. All right, so here goes the test. Coffees are here. Go for it, Joe. I actually got a matcha today. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the cosy matcha vibes. So many cute dogs going past outside. It's making us miss Picco.
I was expecting it to go
Quite bitter.
yeah, but it's actually really quite. It's not mild.
Yeah.
It's really good. I didn't expect it to taste too much of a difference, but
Is it quite a significant difference?
I don't know if it's major, but
Somebody said on the vlog, I think someone commented and said, between Melbourne city centre and Brisbane now, there's not much of a taste difference within the coffee. It's kind of quite matched.
Yeah.
I think maybe it once was a lot better and people still think of it like that, but not realising there's actually, you've had some really good coffees in Brisbane.
even on the sunny coast.
So
Never see it.
I wish I'd got a large one though.
Oh,
I
yeah.
won't drink one. I'm gonna get 2.
Oh, they're good.
Cody's not one for drinking coffee, but she's gonna give it a try. See what I mean? You expect it to like be really strong.
It is quite
Smooth, yeah. Nice.
pretty wrinkles. Not that there is any.
That's 0.0001% of the audience. I feel like more people actually might drink matcha. Is it a good matcha? It's very nice. That's why we work. You have your matcha, and I have my actual good-tasting drink. I don't drink grass cuttings, as Terry says.
I was going to say, you reminded me of Terry. Anytime I go over Terry, we start with the matcha joke.
That's it. Good on him. It genuinely is like mashed up grass cuttings.
Guys, food has arrived, and wow, look at the presentation on this. Jaws has come on a croissant, chili prawn scrambled, and look at the actual full-on prawns. They never give it, it's crazy, but they never give you actual big prawns. That it's always just kind of mixed in a little bit. But then look at mine. I got a breakfast stack. It's got sweet potato, halloumi, tomato, chorizo, everything on it.
I like it.
Melbourne food is good. Well, we have got stuffed bellies now, and as you guys could see, I think that was some pretty aesthetically pleasing food for my belly and for my eyes. But it's time to get in the car. It's very wet and dry, but I think we're going to go and adventure around Port Melbourne first. So-called got a little beach, so maybe we'll drive down to that. All depends on parking, so we'll see where we can get to.
Maybe not beach weather, but we're exploring. Yeah. Well, the rain is coming down heavy. We had plans to go down by the water and walk the beachfront, but as you can see, the weather's not really permitting it right now. So we're driving to a place now called St Kilda, and it's been recommended by a few people to go and check out. So obviously the weather's not going to make it look amazing, but we're going to try to see what we can, weather permitted. We haven't got any waterproofs, so we don't want to get rained out before we go and get on the plane later. But I'm loving the architecture. The architecture is very unusual. It seems every single build, these ones here really look like the buildings in Singapore, but then you'll go further down and then this building upcoming here will look like something out of a Gothic European build. Rain aside, we are still getting a taste of the architecture, the feel of the place, in things that are stationary and can't move, because I'm imagining if you came here at summer, it would be a complete different place. People out on the beach, people enjoying themselves. What I am seeing, which is crazy, is people still jogging down the beachfront. Commitment is absolute insanity. It's freezing cold, raining, good on them. It's very reminiscent of a British seaside town, but if I'm trying to imagine it during a summer's day, peak, everybody out, I can imagine a place like St Kilda is absolutely fantastic during a summer's day. Loads of open grass where you could be sitting down, having a picnic, enjoying the sun, going down for a dip in the water, but a very different experience today. I like the drive-through. It's given us the ability to see and imagine something that isn't really common, I think, straight from city to kind of open esplanade areas. It's nice. It's different though. I said the architecture is the main pull-away that is standing out. Very similar from when we went to Fremantle. The architecture stood out massively to us when we got there. I think it's like the sandstone buildings there were very unusual. Here, it seems everybody's got free reign. If you want to build your house out of steel cladding, you can do it. If you want to build it out of red brick, you can do it. If you want to build it out of planks of wood, it seems like the perfect place for the three little pigs to move in, because they all built the house out of 3 different materials. Melbourne's the place for them, because everybody's got a different house. I like it though, but it is definitely something quite unique to Melbourne from what I've seen. One of the funniest things that stood out to us is houses with chimneys. That is so unusual. I'm not used to seeing them. It really does sound so simple, but living on the Sunshine Coast for 2 years, you do forget what you're not used to seeing. And then you see it and go, that stands out as something so weird. Red brick houses with chimneys on in Australia. What?
Crazy.
What? I didn't know that existed. People need chimneys here. So, the rain has stopped, enabling us to get out of the car. The place that we've come to is Brighton Beach, and we're going to go and check out the Brighton Beach huts. A very popular spot to go to.
Can you believe that we haven't been to these in Brighton in the UK? So we're going to the Australia version first, which is absolutely crazy. I know Joe's cousin Tasha came here, and when she came, she was in a summer outfit, and we're here in our winter clothes, which is pretty funny. And here we are. How stunning are these? I've only ever seen photos of them, but they look so sweet in person. Absolutely amazing. Do people like rent these out, or are these just here for aesthetic? I don't know what the deal is. This isn't my usual beach attire on the Sunshine Coast, and I must say, It's looking very close to home, that water. It really is. But how cool is that? Just the misty city in the background, looking like it should be on a Batman film or something.
So as we're looking through, Cody did mention, are these private hire? And I can actually see there that on this one, it says private sale. So I thought that they were just aesthetic. They must genuinely be used by people.
How much do you reckon they are to buy?
This one, probably about £3 mil a week. Easy. I've got to say, from what I researched on the way coming to here, these are actually inspired by the UK Brighton Beach huts. But I don't think Brighton Beach gets as nice looking in the UK as this one probably does during the summer.
I agree.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm sure these are beautiful in the summer.
100%.
Yeah.
I do wonder if they are privately owned, if you get full reign over what design you put on them, or whether you have to get it approved by people. This one, for example, has got little fish on it. This one's got seagulls. But if you wanted to paint some really intense graffiti kind of style on it, if you wanted to like paint one in the style of a Vegemite jar, could you do it a Vegemite jar, or would they be that's a step too far? Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, let's go down this way. I was looking at all of these. They're all quite basic designs, really, aren't they? But there's some artwork on the doors of these ones down here, so we'll check those out. Look at these two. I think this one might be my favourite out of them all. The little cartoon cockatoo, dolphin, kangaroo, and koala surfing. Love that. This is worth a picture. Shout out to this one as well with the dolphin. Absolutely gorgeous. That's what I was wondering. Can you do an intense bit of artwork and be okay with it? I guess you can, because there was one right there. Uh-oh, the rains are coming. Run! Back to the car. Where we'll end up, nobody knows. Brighton by name, Brighton by nature. It's absolutely hammering it down. Let's get in the car. Driving through to Melbourne now, and I think our time is coming to an end. But we'll be driving to the airport and we'll see where we end up.
We have sadly dropped off the car and are now at the airport, ready to go and catch our flight back to the Sunshine Coast. But we get to see Picco and Diana, and it's sunny at home. You wouldn't think so, looking at the weather here, so...
Done in Australia? I never.
So we're in the airport now and got an hour to kill. We've ended up coming to the airport early just because the weather was pretty rough. Look at all the food options in this food hall in the airport. Domestic terminal. Honestly, look at these. What do they look? Look at this. Pear and cheese crumble cake. Oh, that looks good.
We are now in the queue to get on the plane. Home time. I'm excited to go home. It's hotter though. What the hell?
We're on the runway, ready to take off. Bye, Melbourne. But it's sunny at home. And that is looking like home sweet home. Are you excited to see Picco? Oh, looks lovely. You can easily forget how lush the Sunshine Coast is. Look how stunning as we land. Beautiful. You do forget what you get used to. It's so warm. And of course, he had to go into the toilet and change. Do you feel a bit more yourself now? You've got a big smile on your face.
Oh, different ways. Now it's time to get Picco. Oh, back in the sun, smiles. But I don't want people thinking we're near, say, Melbourne. It's just obviously when you're in the cold climate, not used to it, it can be a bit jarring. But the place itself, I love exploring a new place.
That's right, we are used to it, but we prefer this.
I do, yeah, it's why we moved here from the UK. It's a very good point. But little Picco is coming round with Diana any minute soon. The reunion.
He's down on me.
He's down. That's bad. Oh. Hi. Hey, Eddie Picco. Picco. Hi.
You've had such a good time. Hey.
You had a great
I was telling Joe about the lady that he goes with.
Bit of a time jump now, but we are at the Loose Goose for an evening meal. Let's shoot on in and have a bite.
Birthday cheers for me and Diana. Cheers, everyone. So, starters have arrived. We've got a garlic catcher. And what's this? Cheese souffle. Oh, it's I caught you in the act. Well, I must say, that garlic butter was absolutely incredible, wasn't it? And the souffle, it was almost a little bit truffly, wasn't it? Yeah, as you can see, it's all gone. So good. Mains have arrived, and Joe has got a prawn pasta that looks so good. I've got some crispy potatoes and a good barramundi. Oh, stay off you.
Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday to me and Diana. Diana has made this wonderful cake, a marble cake. Let's take a look and see what it looks inside. So this is vanilla and cocoa. Oh, that's amazing. Joe, get the dollop cream.
Is that really going to manage you both? Happy birthday, guys. But sadly, that is where our video is going to come to an end. And after demolishing some of Diana's very tasty birthday cake for Cody, but of course I was the one eating it, I want to say thank you very much to everybody for watching and enjoying. Now, we have noticed we have gained quite a few new followers and subscribers on this journey down to Victoria. And I thought this would probably be a good opportunity for anybody who is new to the channel. The old ones, the regulars, will know. And I wanted to just make a point of saying, me and Cody didn't realise how much we'd actually acclimatised to living on the Sunshine Coast over the past year and a half that we have lived here. And oh boy, I can tell you, we are the worst pommies around. We were absolutely freezing, and it was still not even winter weather down in Victoria. So I've got to say, we are not the battle-hardened northerners that we thought we were. We were absolute freezing, as you can see in the videos, but it is really fun, and we did have a fantastic time exploring. For those who don't know, we actually went down for Cody's birthday and could only manage the 4 or 5 days that we managed to get down in Victoria. It was more of a scouting, reconnaissance mission to kind of see some spots that we wanted to see on the Great Ocean Road, as well as hitting Melbourne for the last 2 days. But obviously, that city is absolutely massive. But in the next video, we are going to do a run through of our time in Victoria and how it compares to what we know in Queensland. On top of that as well, we might be comparing Brisbane and Melbourne and seeing how the two cities differ and are similar, along with the fact that obviously we are pommies, so we're going to have a little bit of our kind of UK English spin on that as well. So I want you guys in the comment section to get commenting any questions you might have about Victoria or for us that we can answer in that next upcoming video. But until then, I want to say thank you very much for everybody who's come along on our adventure. What a fantastic trip it has been. Short but sweet. But as you know, it's only the start. We just get a taster and then we can try a bit more. It's like when you go to a restaurant and you have a sip of the wine and then you get the bottle. We've had the sip. Maybe we'll go for the bottle next time. So I hope that does explain to everybody who was like, that is nowhere near long enough for the trip. Don't you worry, we will be back. But thank you very much to all the members. Flash your names up on screen. Thank you for your constant support. It really does mean the world to us. I also want to say a quick thank you to all those who do support us with the merch as well. But if you want to grab any of that merch for yourself, the link will be in the description of this video. So if you're looking for a cap or a shirt, you can grab yours down below. And with that being said, I'm awfully tired and I have a big long video to edit. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you as always. Adios.